Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Journey of a Travel Vlogger, where we focus on travel, food, and culture. So, this week we're going to talk about Filipino comedy from the mid 80s to early 90s. Now, let me just show you my screen here. So, we have Redford White and Babalu. These two guys were some of the most iconic, hilarious comedians uh, in the Philippines at the time. And here's how I discovered them. When I was living in the Philippines, uh, I would be watching TV, and most of it is in Tagalog, and I don't understand a lot of it. But one night, I saw this old movie, and I see this guy, and he doesn't look Filipino to me. So it turns out that the guy here on the left is Redford White, and how he got his stage name was because of the fact that he happened to be albino. Okay, so and then the other guy, his name is Babalu. Uh, Babalu is, pretty much making fun of the guy's chin. Like he has a really big chin, and there's a Filipino joke where if you have like a very long chin, they're like, hey, don't look down. You're going to like stab yourself. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of a funny joke. So anyway, I started watching this a movie, and I started watching a movie, and like the style of comedy is like very like I guess kind of slapstick, and it's very creative. And so in this scene, I'm going to show you guys. Um, he's playing a handyman, and they go into this rich lady's house, and she's like, oh, can you fix the or install a ceiling fan? Oh yeah, sure. So basically, here's what happened. So let's watch. So we have Babalu right here, and then the other guy, I can't remember his name, but he used to be a professional Filipino basketball player, if I'm if I'm correct. Okay, so they turn the fan on. The fan is so powerful that it's creating a tornado. And, this is just a kind of style comedy. So I mean, it's just kind of that style of comedy where, for me, it was like so entertaining because I can kind of pick up what's going on, and I, sure I'm missing out on some of the stuff that they're saying that's funny, but just watching it, just really drew me into them, and I started watching a lot of their old movies, and I don't know, it's just something you don't see a lot these days, and it's just really refreshing. So here's another film where this tall guy right here, he is trying to serenade a girl to come out, and the guy that's playing the guitar is telling him, or he's asking him like, okay, can you sing? And let's, I'm gonna play the guitar, and you sing a song, and the guy's like, oh yeah, yeah, I can sing. So they're all trying to help this guy get this girl, but well, we'll just see what happens. It's a pretty good voice, right? All right, so he's kind of like, oh, is that the only song you know? Like, that's just not gonna work, right? That's not gonna get it's not gonna get the girl, unfortunately. So this uh last clip I'm gonna show you guys. So this is part of the same movie. I can't remember exactly the name of the movie, but basically, if I can remember right, there is a person that they're trying to find, and everyone's sitting around the house like really really worried, waiting for a phone call. Where's this person? This person's got, I think the person was kidnapped or lost or something. So he answers the phone, and I'll tell you a little bit more after.
Dito nga po. Opo. Saan po? Opo. Huwag naman po. Maawa naman kayo sa kanila. Mga bata pa po yan. Eh, wag po, wag po, wag po. Oo.
Okay, pay attention to their face. Like, they're looking like really worried, and he's kind of uh, he's just really upset, like he's going to cry, but
Opo.
he's saying okay, okay, or yes, yes.
Opo. 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 Eh, ano raw sabi? No.
Okay, so they're like, well, who was it? Was it them or was that her? And here's what he says.
Number.
So he says wrong number. So he's just like talking to some random person, like just ridiculous. Talking to some random wrong number, and they're all getting worried, and I don't know. It's just like kind of weird comedy. And here's like one last part.
Harare, basketball. Ang laki mo loko. Pinagsama mo pa yung shirt, Hinebra, magkalaban yun. Paano tayo patutuloyin? Tara.
Okay, so yeah, so these two guys, their comedy is just like really hilarious, and I highly recommend just checking it out. There's a lot of their movies on just online. You can find it even on like YouTube or on Daily Motion, or there's a Filipino channel that you can get on Roku that has some of their movies. But anyway, to just kind of wrap everything up, so Redford White, remember the guy on the left, he ended up making a lot of movies, and then he ends up dying at the age of 54, and he ended up having lung cancer, and he had a brain tumor. So he ended up dying in February 2010. Okay, and then kind of strangely, Babalu, he ended up dying in 1998. He would continue to make movies since he already knew that he was, terminally ill. He wanted to keep making movies, so he really kept it a secret from all of his co-stars and all the cast and everything. And he would end up dying in March of 1998 at the age of 56 with liver cancer. So I just wanted to show you guys these like classic Filipino comedians, so you could kind of understand Filipino culture in that era, and even in today, I still see like this type of comedy, like um, comparing it to something like American or something that I grew up watching, is something like the Three Stooges or something like that. Um, there's a lot of situational kind of things that they get into, and they're just kind of like, oh, well, I guess I just have to go with it, and they have other characters that reoccur throughout a lot of their movies that if you'd watched their movies before, that something bad's gonna happen to them, or you kind of know like what's gonna happen to them, or something's gonna happen. You don't know what, but kind of the outcome. So it's kind of exciting to watch that too. So check them out. I'll post some links so you can kind of watch a couple of their films. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit subscribe.